Hello, friends. Today's topic is the cost of living in Canada. Let's rant.
This is $164 worth of groceries in Ontario, Canada at Food Basics. As you can see, I bought some produce, which I normally buy weekly, some cheese, some dips, creamer for my coffee, frozen veggies, some cereal for the kids, and some frozen stuff. There's my cottage cheese, my Greek yogurt, some more fruit, my breads, and I only bought 2 packages of ground beef because I already had meat in the freezer. And yeah, my big purchase item I think was $13 for these walnuts. This is $164, guys. Yeah.
Cost of living in Canada is just out of hand right now. All thanks to the Liberals' fearless leader, Justin Trudeau, and the guy that kisses his butt all the time, Jagmeet Singh. We're gonna have some liberal, defenders be like, hey, inflation's all-time high everywhere. Then why is our grocery prices 37% more expensive compared to the USA, even if you do the exchange rate? Shut your mouth when you say those stupid things. Stupid talking points from Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Poopface. You are part of the problem. You brought this idiot in, and now we need to get this idiot out. Now, inflation didn't affect me too much because I learned some skill sets on how to offset that crap. For example, I learned how not to trade my time for money. So if I want to make money, right, I don't have to trade my time for it. A lot of the wealthy people do the same thing. If you go to the top of my page right now, I have 2 income streams that you can leverage. You can set these up in the next 24 to 48 hours. And once you implement these, 2025 will be a much better year for you. In fact, the second income stream, I'm actually averaging over 60% a year, so I'm killing inflation if you think about it. Knowledge is power, especially once you take action on that knowledge. Now, in the meantime, I still want Justin Trudeau out. I still want my fellow Canadian to do amazing again like in the past. Canada used to be such an amazing place, right? We used to be proud of Canada, and now we look like a bunch of douchebags because we elected this idiot in. By the way, I didn't. I voted for Harper back in 2015. I knew he was an idiot because he's a drama teacher. How is a drama teacher going to, run the country? He has all that black face and all this stupid idiot stuff, and he's a feminist, but then he fires his feminist or female colleague. Anyway, that's my rant. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Justin Trudeau? And if you're a liberal and you tell me in the comments, inflation is high everywhere, you're an idiot.
Okay, so I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and for those of you who don't know, Canada has like a serious fucked up inflation problem right now. I just got back from doing groceries, and I have $70 worth of groceries on my table right now, and I genuinely don't even know what I purchased that made it to $70. I had a fucking mini breakdown to my parents the other week, and I started like crying, like tears. They came in because I was doing a budget, and they were like, how is it? And I was like, tears. I'm working like 3 jobs right now. Like, I got out of university like last year in December, and I have been fucking grinding it out ever since, just because the cost of living, and I'm not even really saving that. I'm not saving anything really, but the cost of living is outrageous in Canada. And it's just so, I was telling my parents, like, it's just so frustrating that like you do all the right things, you go to university, and then you come out, you get a job, whatever, and you can barely fucking afford rent. I talk about it with my friends all the time, but we're just fucking sticking together right now because it's brutal out there.
Seems like the cost of living is rising everywhere. Let's continue.
I need to leave Canada because the cost of living is so expensive. It's not even worth it to live here anymore. And I don't even live in Vancouver or Toronto. It doesn't make any sense to me because I've maintained the same lifestyle for over 2 years. And recently, I started a new job and have had a significant salary increase, yet I can't afford anything anymore. I have significant savings. I have good investments. I work in finance, for crying out loud. My lifestyle was way more affordable and doable when I was making significantly less. It doesn't make any sense. Rent, gas, groceries, just any form of goods and service is insane. Even travel. I recently bought a plane ticket to Scotland, and it's cheaper to fly to Scotland than it is to Toronto. All I ever do is work because I can't afford to do anything, and I'm fucking exhausted. My money is barely worth anything in this country.
When it comes to buying your groceries, it's no secret Canadians are really paying up. Now, a lot of us buy the same groceries, but depending on where you live, those same products might cost you more. Angel Lavoie recently moved from Toronto to Vancouver.
$90 to $100 on groceries, maybe a week, depending on, if I'm trying to eat healthier. Whereas I could get away with like $60, $70 on pretty much the same items in Toronto.
We wanted to see just how big those differences might be and why. So we picked 3 well-known national grocery stores: Walmart, Superstore, and No Frills, and compared the same products between Ontario and BC. For example, at Superstore, this chicken, the exact same item, costs $3 more in BC. Bell peppers, $2.59 more, and naan, a flyer item, $2 more. At No Frills, this chicken costs $1 more in BC, Granny Smith apples cost $2 more, and Silk beverages just 10 cents more. We even took a shopping trip to Walmart to compare the costs. I shopped here in Vancouver, and my colleague...
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm here in Toronto at Walmart. So the grand total for everything, $76.80.
We bought the same 16 items, and I ended up paying about $7 more in BC. Now, of course, not every product is pricier in BC. This milk was cheaper here, and many items also cost the same, like the cereal and these brownies. But why do some products cost more? Well, here are some factors. Walmart says different market conditions impact prices, including costs to bring products to Canada. Loblaws echoes transportation, and overall costs to run the store are other factors. Let's unpack it a bit more, starting with distribution costs.
You can think about the West as being just a smaller number of people spread across a larger amount of space than Ontario. Then it's going to be more costly to be getting things into those stores.
For example, Ontario has more Walmarts per capita than BC. Experts say the more stores there are, the lower distribution costs companies have to pay, and the more you could save. Plus, costs to clean, package, and store products can also be higher in different places. And competition is another big factor. Experts say in bigger markets, stores really have to compete to bring in customers, so you could see lower prices or flash sales more often. Prices also depend on how much stores pay for products themselves.
I know that there are some regional brands in British Columbia who might not buy as cheap, so prices may be a bit higher. That might allow some of the discount stores to price a little higher.
And another reason could be how people respond to products.
Grocery stores fundamentally rent shelf space. If the item sells a little less frequently, then it has to generate a little bit more margin to justify the space on the shelf that it occupies.
So yeah, there can be many reasons for different costs on the same items. Inflation has been cooling for some products, like meat and fruit. But just in the last 3 years, grocery prices have increased 21.4%, according to Statistics Canada. Loblaws and Walmart say they're trying to keep costs down, something experts say is increasingly important as consumers like Angel are having to pay closer attention to their grocery bills.
I don't eat as healthy because the unhealthy stuff tends to be a little bit cheaper.
Cost of living in Canada, it involves a lot of things. For example, if you're coming as a temporary resident, which includes students, visitors, and workers, you have to pay for, most of the times you have to pay for your health insurance. Health insurance is about $75 a month, okay? And if you're a worker, in some provinces it's free. In British Columbia, if you're a worker, if you're on a work permit, you don't pay for any health insurance, it is free. And so yeah, so for visitors and visitors, you also have to have a plan about your health insurance, because Canada doesn't give visitors the opportunity to even pay for health insurance plan unless you have a private insurance. But for students, you can pay for your health insurance. Some provinces, you have to get your health insurance validated from the school that you are studying in. That's how come it works. With rent, it varies. Like in my province in BC, you can get a 1-bedroom apartment for, or basement suite for $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, okay? If you are a family and you're coming here with your family or so, a 2-bedroom house can be $1,700 to $2,300 or $2,500. A 3-bedroom is from $2,500 to $3,300, and it goes on and on and on, okay? Food is expensive nowadays, okay? And so you'd have to also figure out how you're going to do. If you're a single person, I believe it's okay. Sometimes whatever you get, you just eat. But if you're coming as a family, you should expect to spend, a family of 4, maybe 2 kids and 2 adults, you should expect to spend about $400 bi-weekly, okay? Making it $800 a month, okay? That's how much food costs. I spend about $1,000+ a month on just food and diapers. So if you have infants, you might have to also consider how much you're going to spend on diapers and baby food and all that, wipes and all that. It's a lot of money in those kind of areas. And yeah, every other thing with transportation and all that also costs money. Compass is used to transport yourself or get yourself anywhere in your province, okay, through bus, sea bus, or the train. It doesn't come with Uber or Ubers and taxis are different, okay? So your Compass card takes you to anywhere through bus, train, and sea bus, okay? And so for a month subscription, or for a month, it can cost around 200 Canadian dollars. That's for transportation and any other thing that might pop up. Now, coming to Canada to study is not a problem, okay? Like I always say, arriving in Canada is not a problem. Settling down and being fine and having to go, you know, at it and being okay is the real problem. And so after paying your school fees, you should consider also your books. You might have to pay for books and this and that and that. That's also a lot of money. I remember some time ago, my spouse was buying a book for about 250 Canadian for just one course under a program. So just imagine. So you have to be smart, make friends, go on social media, especially Facebook, find books. Some of them let their books off on social media pages for a very cheaper price. So don't actually buy outright from, you know, the source brand new. You can get it cheaper as a second-hand or pre-used. And so that is how it works. If you want to change your phone, you're liable to change your phone. Please be careful about the credit cards you take. And don't be so happy to be given a lot of credit cards. You are going to end up owing a lot of money, okay? So be very conscious about it. 1 credit card is okay, 2 is okay. Don't go overboard. In fact, I wish you would listen to me and just take 1 credit card, which is good. And about job, you will eventually find some. You're in to spend your money, especially in the first 3 months you come. Canada will let you spend your own money before they allow you to breathe and then help you out. So yeah, be hopeful. And then when you're not finding jobs, go to the employers at their workplaces. Employers like to see how dedicated you are. If I'm an employer and I'm employing you and you come to my workplace looking for a job, of course I would gladly help you if I can. But if you sit behind your computer or behind your phone and then send in resumes and CVs, you should know that it's going to take some time. And then if you have references also, you can add them, especially those who have permanent residents or Canadians living in Canada. You can put their contact on as references. Sometimes it helps for you to get a job. Accommodation also the same thing. So that's all I have for you today. I will see you again. Okay, bye.
The cost of living is rising, so have a plan in place to protect yourself and your family. Thanks for watching. Until next video.